Growing up, I had a bumpy relationship with organized religion. Not with spirituality, not with Jesus, not with God, but with organized religion. It put me off, and I spent a number of years sort of doing my own thing, but not really attending a church. And then when I met Forrest, we expressed sort of the same feelings.
I never thought I'd go back to church, period, ever. I just never had a good experience, and it's kind of crammed down my throat as a youth when I was younger.
Then his job took us overseas, and Asia doesn't have a lot of opportunity for, Christianity.
I was godless. I was working for a large financial institution is soulless, and they own you and your time, and there's certain ways they encourage you to do things like with money to go out and entertain clients and stay out late. You travel a ton. It just almost broke apart our family unit. We were basically at a separating point when it came down to it. So it was January of 2023. I was down visiting, looking for a new place to live. We were residing up in Greenwich, Connecticut at the time. First time I drove through Denver, I laughed out loud, audibly saying, "I'll never live here." Our good friends, they became good friends. Terry and Lisa Schappert introduced us to Lake Forest Church. They invited me to come along. Went and saw Aaron speak. I was like, oh, this is great. This is a little bit more my speed. The skeptics, for the people who are early into it.
We were still in a holding pattern. And when he came down that January, and we had that phone call where he said, "You're never gonna believe where I went today." And that was not at all what I expected him to say was church. So he did, and then he and my daughter came down early with the pets, and they went to church. And I said to her, she was 14 at the time, I said, "What did you think?" She said, "It was fire." So fire's good. I said, okay, there's something to this. I kind of secretly in my heart held my breath and crossed my fingers that this might be it. And my son and I got here a couple of weeks later, and it was. From the moment I stepped into the sanctuary, actually for about the next 3 to 4 months, every time I stepped in the sanctuary, my eyes filled with tears, and I couldn't explain why. And it was just, it was a coming home experience.
We feel God's presence here. We see it at work. We see His influence. We feel it here, man. It's palpable.
Something that's been pretty amazing as well is our after church conversations with our kids. This is something we could not have anticipated at all, that there was so much inside that they were just waiting to have an opportunity to share with us about how they felt about God. It's been amazing, actually.
Huge change in our kids. I mean, can't even begin. I'm so thankful that we were able to catch it at the last minute, man. I can't even begin to thank Lake Forest Church enough for just being here and doors open, welcoming, and having the elders and others pray for us and other things. I mean,
and then we started volunteering in Kid Venture, and we had our kids do that with us. We feel like if you have children that serve, they're going to grow up to be adults that serve. We're just overjoyed to have found this church home and to be able to participate in the ways that we have so effortlessly.
We went from no church, no volunteering, no community service, to going to church every Sunday, volunteering at Kids Adventure, to volunteering with delivering of food, and just jumping in other events that are being held. So
It's very natural here. It really is. I have a long history with organized religion, as I alluded to earlier, but I've never found a church that really genuinely did make it this easy.